Alright, yes, it's another Diamond Nasus game. There's kind of a trend going on with this. Which one? Attack damage red, armor. Not attack damage red, I don't know. There's two. It's attack speed red, armor yellow, magic resistance is blue, scaling, movement speed quints. 9, 21, 0 masteries. Nasus is probably my go-to character in most games for Diamond. He's kind of just like a very safe pick. Counters a bunch of champions. And very few people can mess with him. It's like, he won't win a lot of duels. But most other junglers can't really go in there and slap him in the dick. He'll just kind of like laugh and walk away. Very pickly. So my opponent is Hecarim. My top lane opponent is Rumble, and I have a Jarvan. That's easily the best lane to gank. So I go up towards a tri-bush. Jarvan is already doing the nice thing of starting to stab the fuck out of the Rumble. In comes Hecarim. It's like, oh, time for an ambush gank. He walks right in. E, slap him in the dick. Yeah, use my Wither, and in comes Jarvan. Flashes forward and kills the Hecarim. Man, this Jarvan's you're gonna see a pattern here. The Jarvan's gonna be very brave at doing this. Hecarim already died. He lost double buffs. Jungle Hecarim is one of those characters that cannot get behind. And with this death of his, he's essentially useless. Hecarim tries to gank Jarvan out of pure desperation, but he makes the mistake of hugging the wall to the left. By hugging to the wall to the left, I know he's going to walk down here. So me and Jarvan pretty much sandwich him. And of course, CC'd. He slowed down, he CC'd, and he stands on my Spirit Fire like he had a choice. And promptly dies. So that was just terrible decision making from the Hecarim. I was still within the area, and I was able to catch and gank him, so he's dead Hecarim. Now, Rumble has he has a flash. I go in with her from behind, throw my Spirit Fire, and he flashes despite the fact that he's probably going to die, so that's 3 kills between Jarvan and me, and now we've essentially buried top lane. It is ours. Now, we're going bottom lane, taking on these the golems. I'm farming up my Q as best as I can whenever I can. It's not essentially mandatory on Jungle Nasus, but it always helps. Especially still some downtime. Hecarim tries to gank Nidalee. He's not level 6 yet. He's level 4. He's very behind. The Nidalee, of course, beat Nidalee is fucking difficult to gank, so. Anyways, I've explained Nasus so much in other Diamond games, so if you want better explanations about why you should pick him or whatever, you should go read up on it, or you should go watch the other ones. If anything, he's one of the safest, most surefire things you can pick. Very few junglers outmatch him in terms of at least crushing him. He's either on par with his opponents, or he's a very huge counter pick to a lot of champions. Of course, you can still get kind of like a bitch. He's kind of used more as a supportive jungler, in which his Wither is used on the carry and his E is used for armor shredding. He hasn't been used as much lately because he doesn't have that early game presence like a lot of other junglers have. And that's a lot more, just ignore it for the most part. So my bottom lane isn't doing so well compared to my other laners, so I'm going to have to go down there and help him out. Most of the enemy's kills are basically from bottom lane. Alright, so I guess steal the enemy red. The enemy Hecarim has shown himself, so the red was pretty much vulnerable. I'll get my own red, secure it, so I don't have to worry about protecting it later. Hecarim shows up on the map, so I know where he is. After getting this red buff, I believe I go home, and I buy myself some boots along with the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Bottom needs my help. And Blitzcrank does the smart thing of warding the tri-bush with his pink ward and eliminating it. This means either Leona's going to have to go ward it, or I'll be able to just bust and haul ass with Ghost and be able to catch in there and catch both people. I wither the Varus, because come on, he's a carry. He needs to die. I break Varus' face in. I was thinking Corki might have killed him, but Corki was close to death. Then we catch Leona. Corki has healed enough, so he doesn't have anything to worry about, and we kill ourselves a Leona. Now we go off to get Dragon. Now, Hecarim and Ahri can come in here and bother us, which they are going to, but we're lucky to get Dragon before they show up. Blitzcrank unfortunately dies, Hecarim misses his ultimate, and we just kind of beat up on Hecarim. Ahri's the only one still here, and Corki dodges her orb, and Nidalee shows up. Nidalee flashes over the wall and picks her off. So far, we are dominating alongside Nasus. The plays I've been making have helped save bottom lane. Bottom lane has now been legitimately reset. They are able to fight on their own. They're able to fight on their own now, and they have the Dragon Gold to help bolster themselves. All my laners obviously benefited from that Dragon, and now we have a top and a mid tower. Our global gold is ridiculously much higher than the enemy teams. We're in a massive advantage right now. And I'm going top lane to kill this Rumble, but my Jarvan can do it himself. I just apply a Wither on it. The Jarvan actually waited for me to apply it so I can get some assist code. He's a good guy. Now I go off. In comes Hecarim and Ahri Ahri and Hecarim try to all in him on my Nidalee team. Hecarim misses his ultimate again, and now he's trapped between me and Nidalee, and we just kind of bash his brains in. Easy enough. So the Ahri's still hanging around. Nidalee gets her to good damage, but not enough to kill her, so I ghost in, wither her, throw my thing, and then pretty much the wither held her in place enough for a spear to stab her in the neck. So I am able to steal yet another golem. Pretty much the enemy Hecarim has been removed from the game due to his mistakes early game and the ambush gank I pulled off on him. The fact of the matter is, Sir Hecarim is one of the worst duelists, and if you are able to ambush gank him, he'll probably fucking die. And with 2 deaths this early on the Hecarim, he's able to contribute almost next to nothing. Especially if he's missing his ultimates. So if anything goes, he's pretty much dead weight right now. My team is seemingly destroying the enemy team. But this is a diamond game. It's one of the few diamond games I play because I don't want this account to decay. So whenever this account is ready to decay, I'll go into a ranked game and play. And Nasus tends to be one of the best picks I could make right now in diamond. Like, all he does is pretty much, he's a kind of like a lane Malphite. He doesn't win matchups, he doesn't win a lot of matchups, but he doesn't lose a lot of matchups. He just stalemates the lane, and Nasus kind of stalemates the jungle too. It's like, when it comes to counter ganks, he just shows up and puts on a wither. It's like, nope, get away. When it comes to a team fight, he just throws down his spells and he's like denying people, and then becomes, his ultimate gets aggro and shit. But yeah, Nasus is a really reliable tank or support jungle. He's a mixture of everything. He's a very reliable character. Doesn't really require a farming in his Q, that's for sure though. So Blitzcrank and the Karki managed to destroy the Ahri, and here is me just trying to figure out how to activate the chat, because if you've noticed, all chat hasn't been activating, and people have been talking between each other, like good luck, high five, or shit like that. It's not platinum. People are actually nice. And they've actually been saying, holy crap, it's Stonewall. But I don't understand why the chat no longer works in low replay. And I'm just trying to figure it out how right here. It's nothing much. So my team has a 10,000.5 gold lead right now. It's ridiculously severe. We've gotten towers, we've gotten dragons. We've moved to the objectives whenever we've killed a lane. I've warded for my team. My team's warded, for the most part, has warded in places. And my interference early on had pretty much helped my team dominate. We are just making this gold lead even more severe with every objective we take. And we are moving to get objectives. And the difference between lower elo and gold elo is obviously different. I don't have to tell you this. But the fact of the matter is, I've been releasing gold level games and low level games. You can see the stark difference here. We move to get objectives. Now, in gold level, mechanics are starting to improve a lot. You see players with a lot of farm. You see a lot of players who trade well and get kills and shit. But when it comes to working as a team, and Diamond is when you start seeing this. These are all Diamond 3 and Diamond 1 players. My MMR in this account is also pretty high. So, as you can see, everybody's working together. The Jarvan, the second he saw me ambush the Hecarim, he showed up instantly. He's like, bitch, he needs my help, and plus this Hecarim is easy to kill. He helped me get some support gold just by knowing that I was coming. He's like, oh yeah, here's this badass Nasus. My bottom lane knew that when I was in the tri-bush and I was coming in, busting my ass with Ghost, Nasus wants me to go in, we can handle this, and he'll go in. Players, I'm not saying that all players in Diamond Elo are intelligent or anything or act like teammates, but there's a vast improvement. As you can see, there's kiting that goes around. There's, like, people aren't necessarily so fucking scared of doing things. Everyone's running around making plays. Here, this Nidalee fucking brave going in on everybody else, which allows us to, attack a team that's disorganized and pretty much pick off vital targets. We lose only Nidalee and we get two important characters of theirs. And all in the meanwhile, we're bashing the Nexus towers. Here, though, I have to sacrifice Corki, though. And he doesn't get upset about it. Oh, he tries to kill him already instead of trying to run away. I had no choice but to abandon him. Godspeed, Gorky. Now, the rest of my team, we're all farm. Look at the farm differences. The farm difference isn't dramatic. Even the enemy team, while losing, farmed well. They farm well. They know what they're supposed to do, even when losing. The enemy team no longer had a chance, mostly because we took objectives. Objectives are more important than almost anything else. Farm is important, but objectives is more. And as you see with Nasus, I was able to control all the lanes and the objectives. Hooray for Nasus.